and it's 8/0 uni. All you do is start taking your thread down. Now basically usually I'd recommend that you put a layer of thread down before you do anything, tie anything in, but because we've got a flat surface here, plus I've got some thread turns halfway down, I'll get the oval tinsel, and this is a fine oval tinsel, number 14 if you buy it from Vineyards, to give you an idea, or a small. Now what I do is I run the thread until I'm in line with the point of the hook, and then touch and turns winding down the shank slightly 4 times, then I bring the oval tinsel between the hooks, pull it nice and tight, then tie it down. This makes for a stronger tag, and I like to separate it. I mean, this looks a bit monotonous, but you can basically run up, pull it back. It's a bit of a waste, but I've done it for years, so I'm not going to change my methods now. And then take the thread back down. Okay, balances the body out for you. Now for the tail, it's just exactly the same like the cascade. I've got bucktail tied, a hot orange and a yellow, and you want to mix these together. Just take a pinch of each off, basically half black, half yellow, half orange, and then just roll them. Just really line up the tips if you can. You can stack it, but basically you don't need to. Now the length of the tail, I like a good length in the tail, at least twice the length of the hook. Then it's there. Tie on top, 2 or 3 turns to hold. Trim it the length of the body, which is there. Now for the flash in the tail, I'm using gold accent. It's like crystal flash, just a twinkle. You want about 3 to 4. 3 is enough, I reckon. Just tie it on the top. A couple of turns to hold. You want it the full length of the tail. Trim. Now for the body, it's just the one colour in the body, and it's just black floss. Just offer it to the side. Again, the full length of the body, and then touch and turns. Nice and tight, bind all these down. So work your way down. Close touch and turns, I mean you want it close, you don't want them overlapping. To get to this point here. And you need at least a good 3 mil anyway from the eye. Now, get your floss, just pull it through your fingers, slightly flatten it out. Just have a look to see how it's sitting. It's okay, nice and tight. Bring it up. As you saw earlier on, I pulled down the oval tinsel. The turns of thread on the way back down, that was going to obviously be your rib. Just get to this point here, cross your thread. Make sure that's tied down. Trim away the waste. Now bring the rib up. Nice and tight. All the way. Now get to this point here, basically bring it straight up beside the thread. Bring the thread up with it, put a bend, a 90-degree bend into it. You'll find that it doesn't pull back when you do that. Makes it much tighter. Stops your ribs slipping. Again, make sure it's secure, trim away the waste. Now the wing, you could either use bucktail, dyed black, or you could use Russian squirrel. You could use really whatever you like. I mean the bucktail's like a slightly different texture. I mean in this case it's a finer. It's a much a finer part of the bucktail, which is usually sometimes what you're looking for. Just go on top. Enough to form the wing. Again, you could slightly line up the tips. It's up to you. I mean, I like to see it run anywhere from halfway into the tail and back, no any further than that. From about there, it looks good, right? On the top, nice and tight. make sure it's tied down. Lift your cut end or your ends and trim away the waste. Now before you do anything else, I would recommend that you bind these down nice and tight. Bring the thread back up. Now get your gold light bright again. Still the 3 strands. Line them up. Tie them on top. Couple of turns. Now what you can do here is fold it back 2 or 3 turns. It'll never pull out, just trim away the waste. Now what I like to do here is to flatten the wing down slightly. Just fold it, just put your thumb on top, crease it forward and bring it back, and that will drop the wing for you. Make it sit better, so you get a better shape. Now for the hackles at the front, now if you're tying a cascade it would be yellow and orange, because it's a purple cascade obviously. It's purple and orange, just gives it a different colour. Now I've got 2 feathers here, they're Chinese hackles, cock hackles. Now I've put them both together. Now it's always pays you to actually pull the fibres together like this. Just pull them back. Now I'm going to tie them in by the tip, or close to the tip. I'm taking the best of the feather. Take the thread down, pull back the tips, nice and tight. And take the thread back down. Get the tips here, break them off, or cut them away, whatever you like to do. Now you see I've kept the fluff on the feathers. It's a good handle there for holding. Now I like to fold the hackle on the hook. Just lightly fold the hackle fibres back in itself. Keep them tight together, wind both hackles together. Do one in front of the other. Now you're looking for this fly, size of fly, at least, I would say 3 turns anyway. There's enough hackle there. Come up beside the thread and then put that 90-degree bend into the feathers itself. So not pull back. Keep these turns nice and tight for you. Just take your thread down. Pull any fibres going forward with the eye. Tuck them back. I know it looks bulky, but don't worry about it. This 8/0 thread is strong enough that will tie these down. Just build up your head. Keep the thread tight. You can grab each feather and break it off. The option would be to put jungle cock on it, it's up to yourself. Now I'm going to do that. 2 eyes, where you want them just slightly the length of the hackle. Just measure them. I like to put them both on together, so I peel back the fibres that I don't need. Off them on top, just see the length, it's okay. Loose 2 or 3 turns, just to see how they're sitting. Looks okay. Take your thread down, and again you can fold these back, secure them in. They'll never pull out, they've got to break off. And then tidy up. Just form your head using the thread. As I say, the fire orange thread is forming the head and the colour. Now don't do anything just now, get straight in and wet finish. Okay. Trim away the thread. You can really break off or trim away the jungle cocks, up to yourself. Same means you trim away. Just pull them back, just a wee quick look. That's okay. Get your varnish. Need at least 2 coats of varnish. Just come in here, all the way around. Varnish it up. It looks okay. As I say, you'll need 2 coats of varnish to finish the fly. And that's fine. Look how it's in.